Hello and welcome, everybody. This is the Welcome to Livingston podcast, where we invite people in from Livingston County, local businesses, to talk about everything that they have going on with the community. My name is Don Putkela.
And I'm Angela Putkela, and we're with the Putkela Group Real Estate Professionals.
Yes, and we are so excited about our episode today. Today we are welcoming in Bill Frank from OMG Fudge.
Thank you for having me today. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's been really interesting to see you grow and taste the fudge that is just wonderful and local and all of that.
Absolutely. Where to start? This is the best way to describe this. This is a job that is, some people consider it a side hustle.
Yeah.
But I'm building clients right now for in about 5 to 7 years. Hopefully I can retire.
There you go.
Yeah.
And this is going to be my retirement job, along with my wife, because we want to travel. And so our plans are, you know how plans change.
Right.
You gotta have a plan, though.
You know,
Right.
when you have kids, plans do change.
Mhm.
We're planning on just picking out a festival in a different state and go hang out there for a week, do the festival, and
See the sights.
see
and
the
check it all
sights,
out.
and then come back home and then pick another festival and go and just travel the United States.
Yeah.
That is amazing because, you know, we see you like at the Howell Farmers Market, you know, at the festivals and such, and you know, always have a nice little gathering there, line and such of people getting your awesome fudge. But how did you get started with making fudge?
Well, that's the interesting part. I do not make my fudge.
Okay.
I actually found a wonderful person that does all my cooking for me. For me to make it, I could not handle it in my kitchen.
Okay.
And this started out as I found a company that was selling franchises. I did some research, and my wife said, reach out to some of the people that work with this place. So I did, and one guy responded back to me. He said, I'm in Ohio this day, and we are on vacation. We ended up coming back a day earlier, so I went down the day, met with him, and he's been my mentor since.
Oh, nice.
And he's been mentoring me. He said to me, don't buy the franchise. You can do this on your own.
Okay.
So he said to me, I'm going to get you hooked up with a wonderful lady that does great cooking, does all my fudge.
Excellent.
And that way you don't have to worry about doing it in your kitchen.
Yeah,
So-
any of those rules and laws and all of that.
Absolutely. She's fully licensed through
Good.
state of Ohio, but she lives in Pennsylvania. Interesting. And it's a small world because I'm from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're from Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, by the way. That's
Yeah.
my trade
My
great
father used to
newspaper.
work for that.
Great.
So most of my contacts are from the area of Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And just going with her, she's been wonderful to me. And the person that's been mentoring me has been wonderful to me. And they've been giving me a lot of guidance building this business. And both of them basically said, this is what you need to start. And just going out and purchasing everything. And I couldn't believe how easy it was.
Right.
But just the hardest part was getting my food license because I'm fully licensed
Okay.
to go
good.
anywhere in the state of Michigan and participate in fairs, festivals. I have a mobile food license, so I can travel
Right.
around and enjoy myself in the state of Michigan. Now, if I decide to go out of state, I have to unfortunately call and say, hey, I'm coming down. I need inspected. And some counties here in Michigan and also out of state say, why? Your fudge is shelf stable.
Yeah.
So you don't have to.
So the different rules, like in terms of
Oh.
just a lot of red tape to kind of think through and know where
Right.
it's headed.
Absolutely.
In Michigan, there's so many festivals. So I assume it's, you know, your part of your job, and any entrepreneur and such, is making all those different contacts and then figuring out your calendar of like, here's where I want to go. How did you decide? Was fudge like your what you looked at the beginning, or you're like, hey, I'm looking for a different idea, and just it fell into your lap?
I was looking for an idea, just something to do in retirement to keep me busy.
Yeah.
But this, for some odd reason, I was just looking around and, for small businesses to buy and, a franchise, something I could just do small and simple and keep it,
Right.
Personal.
Right.
And this is personal. I mean, this is what I do, on my weekends or my Saturdays, and
People love fudge.
And, that's the crazy part. I can't believe how many people enjoy fudge.
Yes.
Oh, no, it's a big thing.
A big thing up, on Mackinac Island.
Right.
And some of the things, are very interesting, as a lot of people say, this is better than Mackinac Island fudge.
Wow.
And that's from customers. Just overall, the interest of, the people, the flavors.
Right. Yeah. What flavors do you have?
I have access to over 120 flavors.
Oh my goodness.
And some flavors can produce 4 to 5 different flavors.
Honey.
It's like there's Dreamsicle Orange, which is one of my favorites and my most popular at the farmer's market.
Okay.
Now you can take and add Grand Marnier to that and spice it up a little bit more. And basically the whole process is you got to cook out the alcohol and mix it in with that. And people love it. Just did a bourbon festival in Ypsilanti, 16 flavors, came home with a 1/4 pound of fudge. Each flavor is 5 pounds each. The sweet whiskey, a lot of brands made with Jack Daniels in it, with smoked almonds, with a smoked bourbon. It's just incredible of what people are attracted to,
Right.
because the flavors is what, I believe what draws them in. Biggest questions I get is, how come it's so expensive? Well, because the ingredients
Yeah. That's
are
not
basic.
cheap. Yeah.
You start with milk or cream, butter, sugar, and go from there. Now, if you see fudge for like $4, but it's a 1/4 pound, that's most of it is when somebody buys it off of Amazon,
Right.
does it in their kitchen, adds milk to it,
Yep.
and it's a powder. This, this starts with the base of, like I said, milk or heavy cream, butter, and sugar, and then it's built up from there. It's all done in small batches, done in a copper kettle. Then instead of like, if you look on Mackinac Island where they sit there and they flip it over,
Right.
this is just taken right from the copper kettle, placed in a cardboard box lined with paper, just poured right in till it reaches a certain weight, and it's cold in the box.
Well, part of that on Mackinac Island is the show too.
A little bit of showmanship.
A little showmanship on, the marble or granite slab that they want you to see it and such. In Michigan, we have a fascination with fudge because of Mackinac Island, because of Frankenmuth, and you're going up to get those. But, it's 16, 20 flavors. You said you have 300 flavors, and you're naming flavors that you don't see when you go to those places.
Well, with the alcohol.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I was doing a beer festival up in Lansing, and I had a fudge butter beer. People were like going nuts with it. And people were like, oh, butter beer. I couldn't figure it out. And they're like, that's from Harry Potter.
Nope.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but,
See, now you have another festival you have to find and sell it at that, and you'll be all set.
There you go.
Absolutely.
A little bit of marketing going on in there. The name, OMG Fudge.
I didn't want to use, oh my God. I wanted something that stood out and really, how can I say?
Kind of pops.
Pop,
Yeah.
or a wow factor, because a lot of people say OMG after they taste it, and it goes well. I said, that's why I'm OMG Fudge. I point at the little sayings and stuff like that. Underneath, it's simple and delicious.
Yeah.
It's not complicated, and that's the way I wanted everything. And this whole business structure is simple, not complicated. It's straight to the point. I have to say, without my wonderful wife, and her support, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today. Without her.
Small businesses, that support means everything.
It is. People don't realize the work that goes on behind the scenes to get you in front of them at a farmer's market or a festival and such.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'll just use Howell Farmers Market. Love it. It's one of the best in the States, believe it or not. I mean, it's awesome. It's well run. It's organized.
It was well attended. There's certainly a lot of people anytime we go down there.
I'm sure you have people that are coming there specifically to come get fudge.
Absolutely. I have regular customers. I take care of them.
Right.
And that's how I build business. And they bring more people. And by them bringing more people, I sell more fudge. I love people. I'm a people person. Just when a family comes up and there's 5 or 6 in the family, and they'll say, well, we only want 3 flavors. And I'll look at them. I'll go, how many are you? And they'll go, well, there's 6 of us. 4 of them are kids. And they want 4 different flavors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, they can't decide on the same. I'll just say, well, you know what? What's your 4th flavor? And I'll just pay me for the 3 and the 4th on me. Yeah. And then next thing, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, they'll show up. And it's amazing how people just keep on coming back. I have about 50 followers on Facebook.
Okay.
OMG Fudge 22 is my Facebook page. But you can also order on my Facebook page because I have an order guide.
Great.
And I update it when I get my new flavors in. And it's free delivery within Livingston County.
Okay.
And I do deliver outside of the county, and that's usually orders of people that are having
large amounts or
large amount of people, and they want trays made up. I can make up trays, price it out accordingly. But just the offering of, the delivery, the first time I've done it was this year, and, I've only had 10 deliveries, but that's 10 deliveries and 10 sales I wouldn't have had.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do get a lot of invitations when I'm out and about, doing functions. The interesting part about it, a lot of the small businesses, a lot of people like the Bourbon Fest I was just at, is like a lot of the small businesses that were there or participating and enjoying the bourbon.
Yeah.
A lot of them came up, gave me cards or said, here, I want to do your printing for you. And instead of me going online and setting everything up, they'll do everything for me.
Building up small business. I mean, that's what we're all about ourselves. It just makes such
in the small business community, I've noticed over the years, they really support each other. And those people, they like the fudge, they meet you, and it's that two-way street. They want to have that relationship, that support.
Oh, absolutely. I'm back to the Howell Farmers Market, but everybody there is small business.
Yes.
Or it's a farm. And it's just amazing how people help each other. There's some people there that struggle with their tent. And every week, somebody's over there helping that person get their tent up, or they're helping them set up because we have to be set up by a certain time. If, health departments come in, you have to be ready to go and stuff like that. So,
now,
it's interesting.
And now, do you do the Winterfest down there as well in the Howell Opera House?
No, I do not.
Okay.
The reason I don't, I go and do functions that are inside.
Got you.
Meaning like at the VFW off of Grand River. I did that, and they had a bake sale. I needed 2 tables, so I was downstairs. But flow was very good.
Good.
I mean, the flow was good. And during the winter time, it's hard to find some really good shows, but the ones that sometimes are the smallest are the best.
There you go.
Because people are attracted and they don't have a lot to look at.
Right.
And which draws them in, and it's like, then they sit there and they take their time and they taste, and then they're like, I didn't come here to buy fudge, but I'm going
Right.
home with fudge.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a-
and that's one of the things when we started off the podcast, we had this idea of, promoting local businesses, but you get off the freeway and you're coming to downtown Brighton and downtown is closed that day and you didn't know there was a festival going on. But what we've learned is there is stuff going on every weekend all over Michigan. And a lot of people don't realize they think of those festivals all summer long, but they don't realize, bourbon tasting, all those sorts of things are happening every day.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you really look at it, look down in Plymouth. They have the ice carving
Yeah.
Right.
festival,
that's
and
true.
Frankenmuth. They have theirs.
Right.
They have an outside festival. One of the things you got to be careful with outside festival. I did Brighton's when Santa. I forget what it's called. So I do Howl's Fantasy of Lights.
Oh,
Right.
That's
yeah.
a yearly. That's when I got featured in Livingston paper.
Okay.
So that was interesting. The first year I was open. The second year, they didn't come and feature me. I'm okay with that. But the weather's been great for those two. When I did Brighton and I did Silver Bells up in Lansing the year before, both times it snowed. It was tough. Wind was really strong. So you got to make sure your tent's down because I use a tent. Sides were up. It didn't matter. My tent blew 10 feet to the next one that was next to me, and hers just moved on. But you got to be careful during the winter. I learned my lesson. I lost a phone at Silver Bells up in Lansing, and I got destroyed because of snow.
Yeah.
It snowed like 2 inches in an hour and a half. I
Oh
kept
my
on going,
gosh.
but
So in the wintertime, people can order from you, right?
Absolutely.
So that's probably
Yes.
the best way to go. And I know Valentine's Day is going to be coming up here before you know it. And so if someone wants an interesting gift for, whether it's their loved one or their kids or whatnot, I mean, what a better thing to pick than fudge.
Absolutely. And that's a good thing. Is like if there's a flavor that they want, it usually takes me 5 to 7 days to get it in.
Okay.
And which is a really good thing because it's going to be fresh.
Fresh.
Right.
And the stuff that I use is shelf stable for 3 months.
Okay.
Got ya.
It can be room temperature for 3 months. And if you want to freeze it, that's another 2 to 3 months.
Nice. Now, you had mentioned that there's so many different flavors. What flavors would surprise the listeners? Like what unexpected things are available?
Red velvet,
Ooh.
creme
there-
brulee.
Ah.
There's vegan.
Okay.
So
Vegan fudge.
3 types of vegan fudge. Chocolate, peanut butter, and chocolate peanut butter.
Okay.
That's actually is a good seller.
Yeah.
Because
people are.
at the farmer's market, people just eat it up. Last time I had it, a person bought 2.5 pounds because they can't find vegan fudge.
Well, no, if you're a vegan and it's like, what an opportunity, right? Those flavors that you don't see at normal places. It's like, well, I just can't go out and get fudge. I can't go out and get a candy bar even
Something
most of the
special.
time.
One of my biggest sellers, actually my 2 biggest seller, is chocolate espresso, where the espresso beans are roasted, ground, and it's Belgian chocolate with the addition of the coffee beans mixed throughout, and then it's topped with coffee beans
Oh.
that are roasted. Fantastic. The other interesting flavor is Aztec nectar, which is
Interesting.
cinnamon, chocolate, and cayenne.
Wow.
Got a little bit of a kick to it then.
Yes, but the kick just sits on your throat, does not burn you. You can taste it. If you like a heavy spice, it's for you, but it's not what you're looking for.
Got
if
you.
you just like spice, this is perfect. The interesting thing is when I was doing the beer festival in Lansing, at the Lugnut Stadium, it's like I kept on selling it. Going through the SS Nectar. Yeah, going through it. And mostly a younger crowd because of
Right.
beer festival. Bourbon festivals are mostly an older crowd. They were coming up and just buying it, 1/4 pound at a time. I couldn't figure out why. And I looked over and I looked at the lady next to me and she was selling red wine. They would buy the Aztec nectar and walk next door and buy a bottle of wine. And they would sit there and they have little glasses and pour themselves glasses and eat a piece of Aztec nectar and a nice glass of red wine with it.
Wow.
Crazy.
Nice pairing.
It's like, I'm like, I couldn't figure it out. And then the one guy comes up to me and goes, hey, I'm going to take this home, dice it, freeze it, bring it out with a nice glass of Marlot and have a couple pieces, leave it melt in my mouth, have a little bit of red wine.
Perfect.
He goes, and then I'm going to turn on the fireplace.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be all set.
Wow.
There you go. I love these flavors. I think they're wild and different. And is there, in terms of what one thing do you want to make sure that people take away from this interview about OMG Fudge?
Support local businesses. And I am local, even though, I do a lot of traveling throughout the state. I guess everybody needs to support local businesses. That's the one thing. The other thing is like, if there's flavors or something that you need or want me to do or do a private event or something like that, just contact me and I'll work something out with you. If I can't physically be there, maybe I can bring some product for you.
Right.
Just make sure that you support, not only myself, but other businesses that are small, because this is how it works. Small business is a main part of the U.S. economy.
Yeah.
And without small businesses, a lot of the economy would be sunk.
Right. Our community is so fantastic. And that's one of the things that we found through this podcast is what a supportive group Livingston County is. And the small businesses here, they feel it, they know it. It's just been such a joy to be able to build up these smaller ones and for them to get business out of, using this platform.
Right.
You guys asked me at the, he was like, do you have a number? And I'm like, here's my card. I was busy. I mean,
Right.
It was fun though.
But you're taking the time to come on today, and we really appreciate it because your fudge is great. And I remember our son Harrison is the same age as your son Colin, but he was down at the farmer's market and he just came home with this whole bag full of fudge and was so excited talking all about it and how much fun, and he felt like you were the celebrity that he knew, and even in his young age he wanted to still support, and it's such an amazing thing because it's a small town that our whole community is, no matter which city in Livingston, but
Right.
People really do look out for each other.
And that's what I love about the small businesses and about you were talking about the Howell Farmers Market. That's what I love about the Howell Farmers Market is it is so local and it is so well run. A lot of people come to it. It's just a great atmosphere downtown. And I think that it's important for people to know that it exists, go down in there and support those local businesses.
Absolutely. By supporting the farmers market, it's only going to grow, and it's grown. I mean, I worked the last 3 or 4 of October of 22, and then I came back last year and it was bigger. It's really incredible how such a small space they put so many people in.
Right.
But the traffic of people that live within the city or live within the county of Livingston, there's people that come up from Holly and, Lansing just to come down to get the produce, to get a certain item, certain bakery item from a certain person.
Right.
Exactly.
Because they can't get it because they don't sell it in the store. They only sell it there on Sundays.
The city and the county is supporting it. I mean, they just put in public restrooms last year.
Yep.
Which is really good. They redid State Street there a few years ago to try to expand that and to bring, more people in and make it easier to get to and such. So it's really grown.
A positive thing for sure.
Yep.
So excellent. Well, whether people come to the farmers market here this summer or some of the other festivals or order online, where can people, what's their best way to find out information about OMG Fudge?
My Facebook page, I usually update my order guide weekly if I have an event weekly. Flavors change all the time. And the Facebook page is OMG Fudge 22. All capitals except for the second part of fudge, capital F and fudge, and it all has a space in it between OMG and fudge and 22.
Excellent.
Perfect.
We'll
The
put that in
reason-
the show notes too.
And the reason it's 22 is that's because I started in 22.
There you go.
Yeah.
That way I can remember.
There you go.
But we'll make sure to have that in the show notes. Everybody, go ahead and hop on. Find Bill and his company and make sure to like it. Make sure to check it out. Order it. Hey, whether it's for Valentine's Day or for another time, or even if you're just passing through on the, in the farmer's market, make sure to grab some because it's definitely very tasty.
Stop by, say hi to him, pick up some fudge, tell him you saw him on our podcast, and like and subscribe that, and check out all of our other episodes and all about the different events in Howell. It has been so nice to have you on today.
Well, thank you. I would like to know if I could do a few plugs.
Oh, absolutely, no problem.
Absolutely. I'm doing a couple more Bourbon Fests coming up. First one is in Kalamazoo, which is a 3-session one, and it's totally sold out.
Okay.
So that's interesting, which is very good. I just came from one that was totally sold out, and it was only 2 sessions. So this is new territory for me. I just hope I have enough. The second one is Lansing. That is March 3rd. Hopefully I got that right because I don't have my glasses.
March 9th.
March 9th.
Saturday, March 9th. In Lansing.
And that one is close to being sold out. And then Saturday,
April the 6th.
April the 6th in Royal Oak.
Wonderful.
That's getting close to being sold out also. These functions are wonderful. They're ran very well. They're not ran by me. They're ran by another small business out of Grand Rapids. He travels the United States. He travels Michigan, and he does all kinds of bourbon festivals, beer festivals, and stuff like that. So you know about the farmer's market?
Yep.
My Facebook page, OMG Fudge 22. And then my email is omgfudge22@gmail.com. And you're welcome to contact me. Send me. A lot of people, that ordered this year went through private messenger, through the Facebook page itself, and also my Gmail. Please. Or if you want to text me, my phone number is 810-333-2953. I don't have a problem with that.
Perfect.
Excellent. Well, Bill is your fudge connection with OMG Fudge. So reach out to him and check it out. It's especially these crazy flavors. That's a way to
100%. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for listening today. We really appreciate your support. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on all of your formats that you find podcasts. And thank you so much for listening. Welcome to Livingston.